Well, good Saturday morning, everybody. We're going to spend just a little bit of time in the garden this morning. I never did get around to planting potatoes. That's what we're fixing to do. Got 3 rows. I think I've got enough. And when I get done with that, I may clean out this bed here for onions. If I have something for these, see these ants, fire ants. I hate to put any kind of chemical in there, but if you don't, they're there. You can't work in that with ants, and they're scattered all over the place out here. So, got to do what you got to do. All right, all I'm gonna do is go along, put my potatoes down like that, cover them up, and that'll be another job finished. All right, there we go. I'm gonna take my little handy dandy rake, go through and cover them, and then go in the shop and do something in there. Good Sunday morning. Let me show y'all something. This is a order I got the other day. It's a Wallace 1. This will be very, very pretty when it's done. This has a gar skin sheath that's going to go with it. Now, this is one of the oldest pieces of saw blade steel that I have. I dug it out of a pile in back there. Rust, paint, all kind of stuff on it. Now on the old 1x30, it would have taken 2 or 3 hours to get it prepped. Just very first stages of prepped after it's cut out. My new grinder, 10 minutes, and that's what I got. So that tool has already, in my opinion, paid for itself. Very, very pleased with the new grinder. And I'm still using the original belt that came with it. I have more belts coming. They should be here tomorrow. Ordered through Amazon. And I've got 2 different ones coming. 2 different types. Got a 6-pack of one and a 10-pack of the other. Not all that expensive, but I've got like I said, 2 different kinds, and we'll see which ones I like better. There are more expensive ones out there that I might try later on. But if that cheap one that came with it is any indication, and it's still good, I can still use it. Win-win on the grinder. Now, I'm going to do this for 2 friends of mine when you shop Amazon, which I don't very often. Once in a while I will, because I try to buy everything I can local. When you shop Amazon, go to the BC Truck Amazon link. Go to J00 Amazon link. Just like they say, it don't cost you any more. It helps them out. And I ordered one thing from the BC Truck link and ordered another thing from J00's link, and that's what I'll do. I'll alternate when I do order from Amazon. Go back and forth between them 2. So y'all do that for me. Every little bit helps, no matter who you are. But I'm blown away by how well that grinder worked. Alright, I'm going to drill the holes in this and get it prepped up. Yesterday I got potatoes planted. Messed around out the shop here. I tidied up, swept up, blew the dust out. And it was one of them days where I felt like just not doing nothing. So I went inside, sat with Mama, and we watched a couple of movies and had a good time, talked about this and that and the other things we want to do coming up this spring. Took a nap, of course. Got up, had a fine homemade hamburger. The best hamburgers you get is the ones you make at home, right? But anyway, I'm just going to mess around a little bit today. We have my other granddaughter's birthday party today. She's turning 6. No, she's turning 7. Yeah, she's turning 7. So we're having a unicorn party. So if you see me later on in this video with a unicorn hat on, don't mess with me. That's for my granddaughter. So later on this week, I'll start on those prototypes I was talking about. There you go. That's going to be material. That's going to be 2 knives right there. And we'll see more about those later on. See y'all in a little bit. It's raining. Rainy day. Got my grinding belts. I think I ordered the wrong thing. That's not what I think I ordered. But I thought I ordered some of the ceramics. But these are all aluminum oxide. So, well, that's what I got. So until I can get some more, I'll just deal with them. I made just a few passes on this Wallace one I showed y'all the other day. Look at that. That is a very clean grind line. Very, very, very pleased. Oh, somebody's asked me on the live stream last night about the jigs. It's just a piece of aluminum, angled aluminum. I cut it down pretty thin on one side. And to get my 4 degrees, because the table don't tilt, I took a piece of leather, and this is hot glue. I may have to use epoxy, but hot glued it on there, put it on the flat grinder, and just kept whittling down and measuring it until I got it where I wanted it. Now, I will make a couple more of those later on. Anyway, I'm happy. I'm very happy with the grinder. One thing, I got a tip on YouTube I saw a fella do. To catch the metal grindings, I got me a magnet. That's just out of an old stereo speaker. And set it right down there. See how it's catching most of that stuff? It's not going to catch all of it, but it catches most of it. And then when it gets packed full, I'll clean it off and put it back. See, one more modification I had to make. I was running uphill. The table wasn't flush. So I just cut me a little wooden shim and put right in there. Loosen it and put it and tighten it back up. And there you go. That worked. Measured it out. Everything's flat and square. Oh, let me get back to grinding. And about an hour it'll be time to head to the post office. Mail Timmy's knife. I'll see y'all in a little bit. Alright, y'all. Let me show you what I've been doing. Before I do that, it has been a day. I mean, to tell you what, it's been a hectic day. Of course, went to the post office, got Timmy's knife mailed out, came back. I had a big deal dropped on me. There's a 2.5 acre tract of land on the other side of my daughter, over that way, that at one time belonged to us and was sort of sold out from under us, snatched away from us, whatever you want to say. And apologies were given and all this over the years, and I accepted that. That's okay. It was gone. It wasn't ours anymore. Some very nice folks bought it, and we're going to move there and build a house and all this, and now they have decided that they're not going to use the property, and have gave us, my family, first choice at it. So I have been jumping through hoops for 2 hours trying to figure out a way to get it. One thing, it would buffer my daughter and her family from what lives down the street. Another thing, it would give my son Joseph and his soon-to-be new wife a nice place. 2.5 acre tract is, that's pretty good. It's not a lot of land, but it's be plenty for them. Because she wants to raise bees and have chickens and do the homesteading thing, and that's great. So after I secured the property for my other daughter, my baby daughter, on the other side of Ricky over there, I am pretty much financially strapped to where there's not a whole lot I can do. So I'm jumping through hoops. We're working on some stuff. We're trying to get it done. I just talked with the man again, and he said there's no great big hurry, that if it's for our family, he'll work with us and we'll get something done. So hopefully in the next month or two we will secure some more property. Mainly so all my kids will have, a nice place. They won't have to live in town. They won't have to live in apartments. There's nothing wrong with that, but that's not what they want. So I'm doing everything I can. Sorry I'll get emotional about it, but that was our property in the beginning, and it's still supposed to be ours in my opinion. There's already a city water meter there, which we paid for years and years and years ago. But hopefully it'll work out. Y'all say some prayers for me and for the family. And let's hope we can get this deal secured here pretty soon. Because if we can't get it, I know who's going to wind up with it, and I don't need that kind of junk next to my kids. And a lot of y'all can tell over a lot of my videos, our life revolves around our family, which is the way it's supposed to be. It's my job, head of the family, to take care of everybody. So that's what I'm trying to do. Anyway, let me show you what I'm doing to the grinder. I've seen some modifications, like the table modification. I already done that. And I saw one about the plating. About the plating needed to have a piece of material added to it. Some people use all kind of fancy tool steel, this and that and the other. Glass. I've got some marble that would work, but I'm not sure. I don't have a good way to cut it. But I had this piece of steel here, which is, I don't really know what it is. A friend of mine gave it to me years back. I cut a piece of it off to use for the straightening jig. But it's very, very hard evidence right there. I tried to mount it to the old plating to secure it down good, drill the holes. This is aluminum, so it drilled easy. I cannot drill through this with anything I have. Even a carbide tip bit won't drill through this. I managed to get one hole drilled through it, but then the self-tapping screws I was going to put in there to hold them broke. So what I did, which I saw somebody else on YouTube do, was I epoxied it to the old plating. It's got a bevel up here. Now the purpose of this, and because I've seen this modification before and I wasn't quite sure what it was for, why you would need that. But when you're grinding a knife, when you go at your plunge line and then turn it over to go to the other plunge line, this little spot right here, that has to be even. I mean, it doesn't absolutely have to be, but it makes it look a lot more professional, a lot neater if it's even. And to do that, you need a square edge on both sides. The old plating, this is a rounded edge here and a rounded edge here. And the belt travels. The belt doesn't cover the whole plating on the old one. That's what I'm trying to say. So this piece here, the belt will travel exactly in the middle of this. And even though it's epoxied, I don't think I'm going to get it hot enough for that to come loose. If I do, I'll have to figure out something else. If nothing else, I have another piece of this material. I'll take this off, and if I have to, I'll take it to a machine shop to have it drilled. But I didn't want to buy any extra material because I already had this. So I'm going to put it all back together and try it and see. And I'll show you that here in just the blink of an eye. Alrighty, here we go. Got it back installed. Everything tightened down. And more luck than anything else, I eyeballed this to go on there to make it square. The belt is exactly on the new plating. And if it comes off a little bit, I can track it just a touch if I need to. Well, there we go. Another modification done. And with all the excitement of the day, I've got to get back to I got to get busy again. Got to do the blade jet, booby-doo-doo-doo-doo. Easy for me to talk. I've got to do the blade etch on this one. And I hope to have that one and another one finished today, but it may not happen today, but if not today, it will be tomorrow. So, let me get back to it. I'm going to head and close this video because it's sort of mixed up. Might be sort of long. But I thank y'all for watching. I thank y'all for your support. Y'all please say some prayers for us, and let's hope we can secure this other property over here. And what else? I'll see y'all later. Oops, wrong hand. Turn the camera.